Hello, my friend. I am happy once again to say it is time for the fab, the fit, and the fun. FabFitFun and I took a little break from each other. However, absence happens to make the heart grow fonder, and we are back with a sponsored video from FabFitFun. But one of the things I love about my relationship with FabFitFun is that they let me be myself and they allow me to give you an honest, straightforward, detailed review of their box. So if you would like to know what I chose for my FabFitFun box and what I thought of the things and whether I think it is worth your money, hang tight. We are getting into that right now. If you are not familiar with the Fab, the Fit, and the Fun, it is a seasonal subscription box, which means that it comes 4 times per year, and it is full of full-sized lifestyle, skincare, makeup, home items, fashion items, stuff like that. It is available in the US and Canada, and every time I've ever gotten it, there have been items in the box that are worth more monetarily than the cost of the entire box. This winter box, depending on what you choose, is a value of up to $300. I do have a code down below for you. It is JENLUVS. If you use that, then you will get a discount on your very first box, making your total for this $49.99. Now, what I will be showing you today are the things that I chose for my FabFitFun for winter. But what happens over there sometimes is sometimes things sell out. But what FabFitFun makes sure to do is, sometimes you'll see things that are sold out and they don't replace them. FabFitFun always replaces anything sold out with another item. So the number of choices will always be the same, but the items may change depending on if they sell out or not. I really do feel like FabFitFun's number one goal is to make sure that no matter when you are able to pick out your box, that there are things in there that you're excited about. Are you ready to dig into what I got in my box? I am very excited. The first item I have to share with you is the only non-beauty item that I chose, but it's something that I've wanted for a long time, but just never pulled the trigger on getting it, and that is this. This is the Mark & Graham wine opener. I am a wine drinker. I very much enjoy myself a glass of wine with a meal or hanging out with my girlfriends. And I always was like, I know how to use a wine key. I was a bartender for a very short period of time because I was kicked off of being a bartender because I talked too much to the customers and therefore that made me slow. Therefore, I was not a very good bartender. That's a true story. But going back on the track, I'm like, I know how to open a bottle of wine. I don't need an electric wine opener, but I've always wanted one because it's kind of a pain in the butt to open a bottle of wine, and this supposedly does it very quickly. Now, I say supposedly because this is the only thing in the box I haven't tried yet, so I figured we would try it together right now. But first, I realized I forgot to get my wine, so hold on, I'll be right back.
1 hour later.
Okay, I'm back, I made it. Okay, so I went upstairs and I looked at my bottles of wine. I have probably like 8 bottles of wine up there, because you want to have a choice, right? And none of them had corks except for one, which is a Malbec from Australia that I've been saving. And I was like, I am not opening that. So I ended up going to the liquor store and this is what I picked out. This is I just threw that bag on the floor. I'll pick it up later, I guess. This is a Pinot Grigio and it is Santa Margherita and it's 2021 Valdez. I don't know. It's Italian. It's Italian, and my best friend's Italian, and I know she's going to appreciate drinking some of this tonight. So one thing I thought was nice about this is that they do include batteries with it, which is super cool. I was surprised when I went upstairs, and they were literally all screw tops, and then I realized that I've been purposely buying screw top wine because I don't particularly like using a wine key. So hopefully this will be good for my wine life and will open up my choices so that I will not be so lazy, and I will actually choose some wine with corks instead. This does not seem right that they're all facing the same direction. What is happening? So this is plus up, minus up. This is minus up, and this plus up. Boop. Boop. There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. They do include this little foil cutter here. Usually I use a knife, but this is very convenient because that did that very, very easily. Yay! And plus with a knife, I have sliced my finger before, and that's never fun. Okay, so you're supposed to do this, and then you hit the down button. Nope, not doing it. All right, maybe it's the up button. Is it going in? I can't tell. Nope, it's not. Am I doing it wrong? Extract button is 2, down. Okay, all right, maybe I'm not pushing hard enough. Let's see. Oh! There we go. Oh, it cracked. Oh. Voila! All I did was push the down button. I thought I was going to have to push the up button. Oh, because this is what makes it go down. This is what makes it go down so you can take the cork out. That makes sense. A little slow in the uptake, but I eventually get there. And now I just realized I forgot a glass because we might as well have some. 5 o'clock somewhere, right? I love that sound. It's a pretty sound. Put that there. Doesn't smell great. Smells kind of musky. I usually like Pinot Grigio. It's fine. It's kind of medium bodied, very tart. I don't think it was worth the $20 or whatever, $24 I paid for it. But it is drinkable, so therefore I'm gonna sit it here because sometimes when wine sits out, I think technically you're supposed to like leave the bottle open for a period of time before you taste it, so maybe it'll get better. But the point of this review is that this thing works beautifully. It just took me a second. You just have to make sure you push it in order to get it started because it just wasn't starting right away, but it definitely works. I will say though, I don't think I would have paid $59 for that. I think that's why maybe I've never bought one because I think that's outrageous, $59. Like if it was on sale for like $20, I would buy it, but $59 seems like a lot. But with FabFitFun, you're not paying full price for anything. If you do the $50 with the code JENLUVS, then you're getting 6 items for $50, which is a little bit over $8 per item. And do I think that's worth $8? Oh my gosh, yes. Very thankful to have this. Definitely adds to the value of the box. Next up, we have the JENLUV Indulge Truffle Mask, and this is a hair mask. My hair is very thin, and as a result, it can get a lot of flyaways that show up and make my hair look like it's not brushed. So me using a hair mask on my hair in the shower is an essential. I need that extra moisture in my hair. That also helps with static. So I was very excited to see that this was one of the choices. The directions on this is to apply it generously on washed hair, massage into the hair and ends for 3 minutes, and then you're supposed to rinse it. The texture of the product here is very thick. I'll squeeze some out for you so you can see. It's very, very thick. You can see it's not moving at all on my finger. It just feels like it's got something really thick and moisturizing in it, like almost like a shea butter kind of feel. It went into the hair very nicely, rinsed out very easily, and my hair felt the way that it does when I take a hair mask out. Not overly amazing, but definitely better than it did before I put the hair mask in. The scent on this is a fresh floral, and it does have a significant scent to it. So if you don't like that, you probably don't want to pick this one. I don't think it's Head and Shoulders, Head and Shoulders. I don't think that it's way better than any other hair mask I've ever used, but it is a good one, and I'm very thankful to have it. I will give you a spoiler now. The rest of the items I'm going to show you are all skincare, but I feel like skincare, it's a great time to re-up in the wintertime, so I'm not mad about that. And I'm definitely not mad about getting a Perricone MD skincare product in my FabFitFun, because Perricone MD is one of those brands that I look at, but the price is so astronomical that it's just not going to happen. I think I've bought maybe 2 Perricone MD products in my entire life because the price point just makes you go, ooh. What I will say though is through doing ingredient analysis on products for so long, Perricone MD's formulas are phenomenal. So I was really excited to get this. This is the Cold Plasma Plus Eye. It is a whopping $110. And I looked up all the skincare products on different websites, so like Ulta or Sephora, to see what the reviews were like, just so I could get more than just my first impression. And for this product, it has 4.1 stars on Ulta's website with 101 reviews. I think a lot of people hesitate to buy this because of the price point. I mean, it's teeny tiny. But what I will let you know though is that you need very, very little of this in order to get it on the eye. This is going to last if you use it sparingly like you're supposed to. The advertising and promoting for this product say that it helps with dark circles, puffiness, crow's feet, fine lines, and loss of firmness. So of course I had to dig into the ingredients to see what was in here and see if those could back up the claims. Now, of course, we know with ingredients that it matters where they're sourced from, it matters the concentration, it matters the whole formula. You can't just rely on ingredients, but if you see a good ingredient deck, chances are you're probably gonna get a pretty good product. So let's talk about it. The top of it is water and emollients and stuff. That's pretty typical. The first ingredient of note is olive oil, which is a great moisturizer. We've talked about before that olive oil got a bad rep when JENLUV's skincare line came out and she was promoting olive oil as a magical skincare ingredient. It's not a magical skincare ingredient, but it is a good moisturizer. There was a study done once for use of straight olive oil in baby products, and it found that the olive oil damaged the skin's barrier, but that was at 100% concentration, so I don't take that really very seriously when it comes to it being formulated in with many other ingredients. The next ingredient is a form of vitamin C, which is my second favorite. It's called tetrahexadecyl ascorbate, and it is a more stable form of vitamin C. I do like ascorbic acid. I find that my skin likes it the best, but if I had to pick a second one, it would be this one because it is more stable. You don't have to worry about as much it being exposed to light and air and losing its efficacy. There aren't a ton of studies on this ingredient compared to just regular vitamin C, but what they have found through the studies is it does penetrate the skin better than just pure ascorbic acid. And just like other forms of vitamin C, they say that it is a good antioxidant, it's good for skin brightening, and also can encourage collagen production, which is what we want in an eye cream. There's also a nice mix of peptides in here, which I personally like to see in an eye cream. I mean, in face creams as well, you can use really most face creams you can probably use around your eyes, but I like to see that in an eye cream specifically. There's one peptide in here, it's acetyl tripeptide 5. That one specifically targets eye bags. That's what the research is for. But what is noted in that research is you can have lots of reasons for eye bags, including having excess fat pockets, which happens as we get older. So depending on the cause of your eye bags, this may or may not do the trick. There's also the Matrixyl 3000 combo in here, which targets fine lines and wrinkles. So overall, very impressed with the ingredient deck on this. And so far, it feels good on the skin. There really isn't a strong scent or anything. It's got a very mild, creamy scent, but nothing fruity or floral. Just a little bit creamy, and it's a nice product, goes on very smoothly, and again, you don't need to use a lot. So I definitely think this adds to the value. This is twice as expensive, just this one product, as the cost of the entire box. Let us take another sip. I know I'm not reviewing wine, but it tastes a little bit better now. It's not quite as sharp as it was. It's kind of mellowed out a little bit, but it's pretty good. Next up, another brand that I absolutely love. Their ingredient decks are fantastic, and it's Beekman 1802. So this is the Dream Booster, and it's really important for people that are choosing this to know that it is a booster. You're not supposed to use this on its own. You're supposed to drip this into a moisturizer. Of course, they recommend their moisturizer, but today I dripped it into another moisturizer that I already own. It has 4.7 stars on Ulta's website with 254 reviews. Essentially, it's a bakuchiol product. Bakuchi oil, bakuchiol, whatever. Something coochie something or another. It is a retinol alternative that is often marketed by companies as something that does the same things as retinol, but is better for sensitive skin. And it is not retinol. It is absolutely 100% not retinol. But some of the studies that they've done show that it can do similar things to retinol. As I've researched this ingredient, as it's become more popular, it seems like this is a great product specifically for oily and acne-prone skin. Not that other types of skin can't use it, but it seems like most of the benefits are targeted toward those skin types. Ingredient-wise, first ingredient in this is sunflower seed oil, which I've talked about many times as one of my favorite moisturizers in skincare. It just feels really good on my skin. That's one of the oils that's recommended for acne-prone skin. There's also skin balancing moisturizing ingredients in here, like jojoba oil and squalane. Not to be confused with the shark oil stuff. This is olive oil derived. And then we get to the bakuchiol or the bakuchi oil, however you want to say it. Like retinol, it could encourage collagen production. It can also help with acne-prone skin because it tells your skin to produce less oil. And there's also some evidence that it can improve the signs of photoaging. But bakuchi oil is not as research-based as retinol products, so just kind of keep that in mind. When I was reading the reviews, some people were saying, oddly, that this broke them out, which I thought was really weird based on the ingredient deck. That just doesn't make sense to me. So it's possible that they were putting this on straight, not realizing that you're supposed to mix it in with a moisturizer, or they could have just had a bad reaction. I don't know. The majority of the reviews, though, were very positive for this. My personal use of it, I did enjoy mixing it into my moisturizer. It did take a little bit of mixing to really get it in there, but I honestly can't really tell you whether it does anything. Initial first impressions are that, it mixed in. Like, there really isn't much that I can say about it because I haven't had it long enough to give you a full review, but I haven't seen any negative effects yet. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of not really necessarily for me, but I'm glad that I tried it and I'm going to keep using it. Speaking of retinol, we got some rural retinol going on next with this Pixi Skin Treats Retinol Tonic. I used to use the Pixi Glow Tonic religiously. Was absolutely my thing when I first started using glycolic acid. And honestly, Pixi's been off my radar for a while. So I was very excited to see this refreshed in my memory that they did come out with a retinol tonic. And I'm happy that I'm getting to try it now. So on Ulta's website, this has 4.7 stars with only 19 reviews. The base of this is water and then rosemary leaf water. And usually when we see rosemary leaf in a product, it's the extract, which of course is going to be more potent. But in a product like this, it makes sense that it's a water. Rosemary leaf is traditionally an antioxidant. It can also be skin soothing. There's also humectants in here like glycerin and sodium hyaluronate. Because I personally didn't recognize any really good occlusives in here. Occlusives are like the lid on the jar when it comes to humectants. Humectants' job are to pull water into the skin, but if they can't pull water into the skin, they pull water out of the skin, which we do not want. So what I personally will choose to do with this is I will put it on like regular and then just make sure I always top it with a moisturizer, which I probably would anyway. And then of course there's retinol in here, which is extremely research-based. It helps fight against wrinkles and loss of elasticity and all of those things. And just like the bakuchi oil that we talked about earlier, it may decrease your sebum production if you have oily skin, which is usually something that people with oily skin are looking for. The only thing about retinol is it may be irritating to some people. It can be a little harsh for people with sensitive skin. The other thing is that you should not use retinol while you're pregnant. And then also you want to make sure that you always use a sunscreen during the day when retinol is in your skincare routine, even if you didn't use retinol that day. It makes your skin more photosensitive. So make sure if you choose this that you're using your sunscreen even in the wintertime. Scent-wise on this, it does have a pretty strong floral, little bit sweet scent. So again, if you don't like fragrances, you're probably going to want to skip on this one. I definitely want to use this more to see if this compares to the other retinols that I use as far as the effectiveness of it. I am very thankful to have it. Is it a wow item for me? No, but I am really excited about it because I do like Pixi's products that are like this and my initial first impressions are really good. And then finally we have the Laneige Lip Treatment Balm. This is $25, 4.3 stars on Sephora's website with 665 reviews. They do recommend that you use this in the daytime and use their Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask at night for like full effectiveness. I've used the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It is extremely thick. It is very occlusive. It is very heavy on the lips. It's not my favorite lip product in the world, so I was really excited to try this and see if it would be different. And it is, my friends. What they say about this is that it is a pearlescent pina colada scented treatment formulated with coconut oil to deeply moisturize and peptides and adenosine to help visibly smooth and firm lip wrinkles. It quickly delivers a cooling sensation and helps lips look fuller. Plus, the applicator is stored in the lid for cleaner use. And I do like the idea of the applicator being stored in the lid. I do feel like in the video that you're watching right now, I did apply quite a lot. It was way too much of it. for my lips, but now I've learned and I won't do that again. I did think that though, I didn't see the pearlescent shine. I really didn't. It just seemed like a nice glossy lips. So if you're not into something that has a pearlescent shine on your lips, I think you're gonna be fine with this. As far as the ingredients in this, top of it is a bunch of emollients, makes perfect sense. First ingredient of note is the shea butter, which is very moisturizing. It's also an antioxidant. Then we have mica, which is the pearlized finish that they're talking about. Move Remover seed butter, which is another moisturizer. And then we have that glycerin, which is a humectant to pull water into your skin. But unlike the other product, we have the shea butter and the Move Remover butter that will most likely lock all of that in for you, along with some of the other emollients that were in the top of the product. So no worries there about having to apply something on top of it. There's also coconut oil in here, which is great for dry skin. Of course, wonderful for the lips. There's evening primrose oil, which I don't know a whole lot about, so I had to look that one up. It is another moisturizer, and they say it can reduce inflammation and irritation, which is wonderful for chapped lips, especially in the winter time. Studies also say they can help with skin cell regeneration, which is another thing we really, really want with winter dry chapped lips. I noticed applying this that there was that slight cooling effect, but I couldn't find any ingredients to attribute to that slight cooling effect, so I'm a little bit confused by it, but I don't hate it. It was very, very mild. It wasn't like a strong menthol feeling. It's very, very light. There is fragrance in here, so maybe it's hidden within the fragrance. That would be my best guess. Scent-wise, it does have a coconut pina colada kind of scent. I feel like that's very accurate, but that doesn't linger on the lips very long. I felt like after about 20-30 minutes, I didn't smell it anymore. Maybe I just got used to it. Point is, though, it doesn't have such a strong scent that it's going to really last with you. I noticed in one of the reviews on Sephora's website that they said they didn't enjoy this at night because of the cooling feeling, that it was distracting them from falling asleep. This is recommended for use during the day, so therefore for me, that isn't an issue. Overall, I do feel like this adds to the value of the box. Did I need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. Am I happy to have it? Also yes. So now, my friend, let us break down what I got and whether this was worth the value of $50 for the FabFitFun Winter box. Let's start with the things that I feel like I could have lived without, and we're gonna first say the Dream Booster from Beekman 1802. It's just not really meant for my skin type. I really personally, because I'm thinking about myself and my own needs, would have loved to have had one of their goat milk products. Those I find wonderful. The little droppy things, the milk drops, oh my gosh, they're amazing. So I would have liked to have something like that because it would have fit me better, but I'm not everybody. So it's totally okay that this is in here for other people that may need it. But for me, I didn't feel like it really added to the value of the box too much for me. I'll probably pass this on to somebody that I know that has oily skin. And that was really the only thing I feel like I kind of can't really use in hindsight. I am excited about the truffle hair mask, even though it doesn't stand far above other hair masks I've used. I will definitely use this. It works great. Really happy to have it. Same thing with the lip mask. I didn't really need it, but I know I'm going to use it. Therefore, I'm very happy about it. The Pixie Retinol Tonic. I haven't used a product like this in a long time, so I'm really excited to use it and try it and see if it compares to like the higher end, really expensive retinol products that I'm currently using that I got in FabFitFun in a previous season, actually. Very excited about the Perricone MD eye cream because I never would have bought this in a million years on my own, but getting it in FabFitFun is freaking phenomenal. So excited about that. And the wine opener, I didn't really need it, but I really wanted it and I didn't want to pay for it full price. So I'm so happy to have it. And every time I do it, I'm so easily amused. I'm just going to be like, wee! Oh, it's upside down. Wee! It's just, it's the little things in life. You gotta find joy in the little things in life. And this is something that brings me joy. So I'm very happy to have it. So with that being said, I don't think I need to say any more. I definitely think this is worth the value of the box. I mean, if you think about $8 per product, are you kidding me? This is a fantastic deal. So at this point, my friend, it is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other not buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it, even things that aren't even makeup, that are skincare and household items and hair care and things like that and subscription boxes. I would love to know what you think of my particular winter FabFitFun box. Would you enjoy this box as is? Are you interested in choosing your own FabFitFun box? I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this review helpful and enjoyable. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps tell YouTube to share it with other people. And if you liked it so much that you want to watch another video, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you right over here to watch, including one that I picked out for you special. It's right down there. But if you do have to go, it's no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.